Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us. This is Yoel Cortex, Senior Librarian at Ex Libris, and today we're discussing the Printout Skew in Alma. Today we're going to discuss the Printout Skew in this session. In a later session, we're going to discuss the Alma print daemon, which is related to the Printout Skew. But in this session, we're discussing specifically the Printout Skew. And you can get more information about the Printout Skew on our Knowledge Center. We can do a simple search here, for example, for the Printout Skew, and let's even put in there Alma, and let's say we're looking at Knowledge Ex Libris Group.com, and that should give us a lot of information. And there's all kinds of information here. There's a PowerPoint presentation here, other things from our Knowledge Center, and you can get from here. Okay, so let's begin. We're not going to be looking at the PowerPoint except for one slide. We're going to be doing this live inside Alma. So first of all, what is the whole purpose of a Printout Skew? The Printout Skew is a queue, like we see here. It's a place where printouts can be faceted according to the specific queue, and then they can be either previewed, printed, dismissed, etc., canceled, etc. And as we'll see in our next session, the Alma print daemon can take them and automatically print them to a printer, a predefined printer, without the user ever coming in here and clicking print. It can come every 1 minute, every 2 minutes, a predefined period of time, and print it, and we'll talk about that in the next session. So the Printout Skew. What letters, first of all, are printed via the Printout Skew? So there's the letters here. These are letters which typically an institution would print. For example, they're not a letter to the vendor stating that it's desired to order an item, because that's not something the institution would typically print. And it's not a patron circulation summary that goes by email to a patron, because that's also not something that's typically printed. However, the loan receipt letter and the return receipt letter are often given to a patron at the circulation desk. The hold shelf request slip letter, the resource request slip letter, these are often printed at the circulation desk and placed in the item before it goes on the hold shelf, or placed in the item before it's transferred to another institution, to another library, or another desk. For example, the transit slip letter, the resource request slip letter, and the fine fee payment receipt letter. So these are letters which typically would be printed and not only sent via email to a recipient. And how does it work? Well, we define a printer, and in the printer we designate that this is going to be a printout queue. So here I am, for example, in the main library, and I'm at fulfillment, and I'm at printers. And we can add a new printer here, and if I specify that this is a printout queue, then when something is printed, it will go to this printout queue. It can also go to a specific email. That email might be the email of a printer, or an email where we want all of these printouts to go to, but there's no need, it's not mandatory to put in the email. So let's define one here, brand new. Let's even call it the brand new. So this is going to be the brand new printout queue. Brand new printout queue, and brand new printout queue used during demo. Okay, so now we've added a printout queue, and we need to associate that printout queue to a service unit, which is typically a circulation desk. So we'll add a circulation desk here, and I'm going to add this to the main circulation desk. Add circulation desk. So now it's associated with the main circulation desk. What does that mean? I will save this first, and I will go back to Alma. Let's just take a look one more time so we review what we've got. Edit the brand new. So we have a brand new printout queue. It doesn't have an email. It's already defined as the printout queue. It's associated with the main circulation desk. So, back to Alma. We're going to see that eventually. Here it is, the brand new printout queue. So now, when the user is at a circulation desk, he can choose to which queue will these printouts go. As long as he has a printout queue, which is associated with the circulation desk where he is located or she is located, he or she can choose to which queue will those letters go. And again, those letters are these here on slide 7, the loan receipt letter, the return receipt letter, the hold request slip, the hold resource slip, etc. And let's do a little example here just to see how it works. So I've got the brand new printouts queue here. And if now I say fulfillment and, for example, pick from shelf. And let's first of all make another request here. So I'm going to come in here and look for, just about anything. Lean Out by Forster. Okay, great. This is on the hold shelf. So I'm going to loan this. And when I loan it, we'll print a receipt. So this is now, there's a request on this for a patron by the name of Elia Zafrani. So let's loan this to our patron named Elia. Manage patron services. Go. Okay, override. We'll loan this. And now I'm going to click Done. A loan receipt will be printed. I'll show you why a loan receipt will be printed in a moment. Now I'll return it. And I'll click Exit. And a return receipt will be printed. Why are the return and loan receipts going to be printed? That's not related to our specific print queues, but we'll take a look at that anyway. The reason the loan receipt and the return receipt are going to be printed is because inside my circulation desk I have defined creates return receipts and creates loan receipts. So now if we go to Admin, Printouts Queue, and we facet by the brand new printout queue, there it is. We've got our return receipt and we've got our loan receipt. Let's just take a look at the preview of that return receipt, and there it is. That's the one to Elia Zafrani from Bismarck, North Dakota for the Lean Out. So, and I can print that from here. But we'll get into the Printouts queue details in a moment. Let's do another example here. Now we've got Lean Out already in place because we returned it. And we can come and make a request here, a patron physical item request, for example. And perhaps our patron is named Alicia. And Alicia will pick this up in the main library. Submit. So now this will be on our pick from shelf list. And here it is. And now we want someone to go to the shelf and pick it up, so we're going to print a slip. Again, that's the type of letter we would want to really go to a printer. Print slip. It says it was printed successfully. That's very nice. Somebody goes and gets that, goes to the shelf, and he goes and he gets this item, and we scan it in. Scan in items. And now we put it on the hold shelf. On the hold shelf. So now, if we go again to Admin, Printouts Queue, we see the resource request slip letter for the pick from shelf. And then a minute later, when we scanned it in, we see the hold request, the hold shelf request slip letter. So those all went to the print queue. So that's printing, defining the printouts queue, printing the letters, and seeing them in the Printouts queue. And now we'll discuss briefly the Printouts queue. And all of this you can see by yourselves as well. Here we've got a whole section here setting up the Printouts queue, sending a letter to the Printouts queue, everything we've done here using the Printouts queue. So now we'll talk about using the Printouts queue. So first of all, we're accessing the Printouts queue from the admin printing Printouts queue. And we've got facets here by the different queues. I'm going to go into, for example, the brand new Printouts queue, which is the one we've been using today, the one we made and now we're using. And we can filter this by the specific letter. If I want only the hold request slip letter, I can do that, for example. I will say I want all. We can get only those which have been printed either by me or by anybody. And the status, which can be pending, printed, or canceled. And let's do an example. We'll go to the brand new one. There we are. And for each of these letters, I can click print and then choose the printers from my PC. Or, now it says printed. Or I can do a preview before I print it and say, okay, yep, that's what I want, and then I can print it. And again, choose whichever printer I want. Or I can say, well, this one here, I really don't want to do anything with. I'm going to cancel that one, confirm. This one I'll leave in pending, and then we can facet them again, for example, by only those which are canceled. Now I have only canceled ones, and then I can say I want only canceled ones for my printout queue. And that covers the Printouts queue, but we do hope you'll join us for our next session. Look it up on YouTube, the Alma Print Daemon, because now we're going to be installing an Alma Print Daemon to automatically print from the Printouts queue according to a specific printer. Thank you very much, and have a nice